Hi everyone. Today is day 9 after surgery. I'm Jen. I'm super tired today. But exciting thing, I showered today. Well, it wasn't just me. It definitely takes a team. Someone's playing house music outside and I can't get up to deal with the door. Anyway, yeah, I showered. That was a project, so I guess I'll share with you again for people that are going through this, or people that are helping people that are going through this. Things that I learned along the way about the showering. So, yeah, there's a lot of anxiety buildup, I guess, because it's the first time that there's really things like touching your body, like not hands that you have, or doctor's hands, whatever, that you have control over. Sorry, I have a skirt on today and my tubes are not working well. Yeah, so how I had things set up, my friend helped me shower. I had a bathing suit bottom on, and I had the shower chair, which has been such a godsend. I wouldn't even have thought to get a shower chair, but it's come in so handy. Oh my gosh, I don't know how you would take a shower after, because you can't take a bath for a long time after this. I think 3 months, you can't take a bath. I don't know how on earth anyone would shower without a shower chair after having a mastectomy. The first thing to think of is the emotional part, because man, I think today is like day 50 or so. I seriously lost track of where I was with the days since I was diagnosed, but I cried. Maybe that's why I'm so tired too. I cried, like all that pent up stuff. And I've had my moments of crying, but man, did I cry in the shower. And it had to come out, and it was an ugly ass cry. It was an ugly cry, but it needed to happen. So let me rewind step by step as to how it worked, what didn't. Yeah, so I had the shower chair. I was told by the plastic surgeon, I gotta sit back, come join me here with my 2 little friends, my 2 little pillows that just come with me all the time, that are my armrests. I'm so sorry, I'm just so tired. So before I got ready, yeah, the plastic surgeon nurse told me that I couldn't have a home health aide, because they have people that do come to your house to help you with like OT kinds of things, occupational therapy kinds of things, like cooking and bathing and all of that stuff. I haven't cooked anything. It's very awkward to even reach down to get like even a frying pan to make eggs, let alone like if I were to heat up water to boil eggs, it'd be too heavy for me to carry. Anyway, so what I did was, she said too that I can't use fragranced soaps or soaps with oils. And like pretty much all of my soap has oil, and I think every one of my body washes is fragranced. So I got a Cetaphil soap, which is like for sensitive skin. It's very gentle soap, not drying. I used that, and I mean, I haven't been itchy or anything, and no rashes or whatever, so that worked out well. And then shampoo, that gets complicated because my hair is like super thick, and it gets really dry. So the stuff that I usually use for my hair, I couldn't use because it's all fragranced. And if it's in my hair, it's like eventually going to be wash down and potentially, get over my incisions and all that, even though that's all covered up with tape. So sorry for the slow-mo. What else is in my space right now is I'm home alone for the first time. I feel like a little kid. My son's hanging out with his friends, and my friend that was staying with me is gone for the weekend, and I'm here alone. And I clearly have not been home alone since the surgery. So in the back of my head, I'm thinking, what am I due to take my next med? Because that's just one of the parts, and probably the most confusing part, to have to keep tabs on. Like, even in the middle of the night, Barb wakes me up to give me meds that are due, and I can't keep track of all that stuff. There's so much. There's, aside from, I don't even normally take a lot of meds, but aside from my regular meds that I take, there's a lot. There's the antibiotics, there's different kinds of pain meds, there's the like muscle spasm kind of med. There's a bunch of stuff, and it all adds up, and some of them are like take twice a day, and some of them are take it every 6 hours, and I do have the Oxy, and I'm weaning myself off of that. As I mentioned, I think in yesterday's vlog, I ran out of the Oxy. I thought they would give me some more at my Thursday follow-up, at least 5 to 10 pills or something, so I can wean myself off. And they didn't give me any. They wouldn't allow me to have any more. So I went from taking Oxy when I needed it, because they said to make sure that you don't chase the pain and make sure you're on top of it, to going from that to having nothing except for Tylenol. And Tylenol is not, for me, much of a pain relief. It's almost like a placebo for me. It doesn't really do much of anything. And I can't take Motrin and stuff like that because I'm on Bayer. And I can't just suck up the pain because it hurts. It hurts. And even though it's been, what day did I say? It was on Friday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's been 9 days. Wow. It's been 9 days. And even in the 9 days, I'm still feeling the nerve block wear off. I know that's not typical. I also know that my body does not work like typical bodies work. I know my body very well, not as well to know that I had a tumor inside of it, but well enough to know that my body's been off for over a year. And my body doesn't respond to pain meds and all that stuff like most people's. So I'm still feeling the nerve block wearing off in increments, from the bottom up. It's every, I don't know, half a day, I feel something new that I haven't felt before. And the pain is in a different spot that I hadn't felt before. And, first it was my whole urinary area, and that was all up and functioning pretty much at the high school. Oh my God, I'm so loopy. At the hospital, which, yes, this should took a long time to get going. Today, within the past couple of hours, I would say it's just now starting to become more like my normal, not normal, but close to normal pattern. And it's been 9 days. I had pain down here, and then it kind of moved its way up, and then moved its way up, and then it was my lower breasts, which I hate to even call them breasts because I still don't feel like they're mine. And then it was up a little higher, and then it was here, which is at my incision area, and I'm like, well, that makes sense, but it just seems to be moving up. Right now, I just took pain meds. Good, very thankful for my tribe because I ran out of Tylenol, and someone dropped them off for me, which was super helpful. But right now, it's right here, right by my armpits. It really, really, really hurts. And I'm trying to wean myself off the Oxy, so I'm not going to take the Oxy for a bit. I'd tell you when I was due for them, but I have absolutely no idea. I told Alexa, I don't want to say that word because then it'll go off. I told her to remind me, and I have timers on my phone that Barb set up, and I have a chart, and I have post-it notes, so I know it's just, I have them right here. But right here is where my pain is now. Like my armpits hurt so bad, and there's no incisions by my armpits. And I know they pulled out the 2 drains, and they said that one snakes up and around the top part, which makes sense that my armpit would be, at least sensitive from them removing the 2, even though she removed it very gently. But yeah, it hurts. So, I mean, the good thing is there's only so much space between here and like up here, or even my shoulders, because when you actually have the surgery, you're placed on a table, and your arms are out. I can't lift up above here, but your arms are out like a T to the sides. And so I imagine like at some point I probably will have some shoulder pain. I'm not quite there yet. I don't know, maybe not, because I work out my shoulders a bit. Who the heck knows? Anyway, but my pain right now is here, and it just seems to be moving upwards. So yeah, so the shower. I got different shampoo. I got a shampoo and conditioner in one, which usually does not work with my hair, but I don't really give a crap what my hair looks like right now. I just wanted it clean. And again, tried to find something that didn't have fragrance. Well, not me. Somebody else went out to get stuff. I'm so foggy, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Barb. Anyway, went to get shampoo and conditioner in one so that you're not sitting there forever with your hair, like just one and done. But again, it had a little bit of fragrance in it, which I think every shampoo does, but the 2-in-1 at least makes it a quicker process. So I know that when I was done, they said to just like, blot yourself dry pretty much. And I have these new towels that are like newish towels that are super fuzzy and super comfy, but they're also very linty. And the last thing I wanted to have is like purple lint stuck to all the tape that's all around here. Because where I have my incisions, there's surgical tape that goes like pretty much from behind, a little bit behind my armpit in different pieces, like here to keep the drains in place and where the hole is, where the drains go in. And then there's a long piece of surgical tape here where the incisions are. There's, I think, some in between where my cleavage will soon be, and then another piece here. There's surgical tape everywhere. The point is like use towels that are absorbent, but that aren't going to leave like lint everywhere, because you're not going to want to sit there picking it out of, of your surgical tape. Had the shower chair inside of the shower. That was the first thing where it hit me like, oh crap, this is now happening. It's vulnerable. It's vulnerable to be in the shower when you're naked with all this, like I had said when, like before the surgery, when I was bathing and I found out that I had breast cancer, it was hard to shower because I'm looking at my boobs like, what the hell, people? Like, what did you do? Why? I don't get it. And then when I had the biopsies, I didn't want to shower because I did, but like my boobs just, I was mad. They were bruised and like they were poked and prodded so much. They had the incision little dots, and my boob had that dimple in it, which doesn't anymore. That part's gone. Thank you, plastic surgery. So it was hard even just to move the shower chair into the shower, because it's been in front of the shower so I could use it for my drains or whatever else. So put it in the shower, and then be careful with bath mats. I have 2. One is the purple fuzzy one. It's nice and soft, but it's also not grippy. And then I have another one that has that rubbery, grippy stuff on the bottom, which is great because you're not going to slip and fall. I got a washcloth. I have these old washcloths that were my mom's that you put your hand in. They're like a rectangle shape. It makes life easy because you don't have like other pieces of washcloth just like laying around. Every part that touched me was something I had to process. So like if you have just a plain old washcloth, I feel like I wouldn't have been able to handle that because there's like, you can hold the washcloth, but there's a little piece that hangs from the end. To be touched in a way that is not under the firm control of a hand is not something I wanted to feel. It's a very unique experience and just so full of emotion. So I wanted to feel empowered. So I got my phone out. I have a speaker, like a Bluetooth speaker in my bathroom. So I put on, I have a playlist called Badass Music. I've had that since I got my new phone, which was about a year ago. Got Amazon Music. I have a playlist. Badass music. So there's like songs from Pink. There's songs from the Cranberries. There's songs from Sinead O'Connor. Salt and Pepper. For some reason, all of my Def Leppard songs are in that playlist, and I don't recall ever putting them in there. One or two, but for whatever reason, all of them were put into that playlist. So I started the playlist. Even Miley Cyrus is in there. I started the playlist, and I was like getting in the zone at that point. I'm like, yes, I'm a badass. I can do this. The song was, it was Pink. I'm coming out, so you better get this party started, or whatever it is. I started playing that, and then it became kind of fun. I'm like, all right, I got this. I can do this. It was fun, fun. Let's try to make it fun. So, things to realize, I don't have a handheld shower thing, which is fine, but I do have a shower caddy that hangs from the shower head. That didn't work. Unless you're have like a 10-foot long shower, it doesn't work because I didn't want the shower head, the water to be like coating every ounce of me. I wanted to be on my back and like have my back facing the shower head, and then scooch myself back however it felt comfortable for me, to the point that I could have water coming down my front, and it didn't seem like it would be too much pressure or too uncomfortable. But if I move the shower head down, it moves. Well, I myself can't do that because I can't reach that high. I mean, I'm not supposed to reach my arms that high, and I physically can't. It just hurts too much. So Barb moved the shower head down. So it was at a steeper angle down. To be mathematical, I would guesstimate it was at like a 50-degree angle or so, 45, whatever. A little bit more than 45, I think. Enough that it hit, like if you were to put the shower chair in and leave yourself enough room to have your feet there, because you're facing the wall, like comfortably have your feet there and sitting up straight, the water like basically was hitting me like in the upper back area. At least that's how I felt, like where it hit me. And that was a perfect angle for me. But she had to take the shower caddy and like remove it from the shower, because otherwise it was just like hitting this caddy and like splashing water everywhere, and then the whole bathroom would be a mess and whatever. It's a project as it is. So and this is why I want to share this stuff. It's like little things like that you don't think about, and you just want to get in the shower and kind of get it over with and feel good, but you're like, crap, I got to do this and this and this and this. So yeah, all about showers. So got that stuff out of the way. The lanyards. So I had to take the bra off. And like I said, I had a bathing suit bottom on. I took my bra off, and I didn't mind having my bra off in front of my friend, because I didn't feel like I was naked. I am far from acceptance right now that what these look like underneath are mine. They don't really look like boobs really to me right now. They're bumps. They look like chest bumps. I mean, up to like this point, I can see cleavage now. Not cleavage. That's not the right word. I can see like that it pops out more, like where boobs would be, but the shape is just like it's not shaped like I think a boob should look. And that's normal. Like it's normal that even after implants, it takes time for things to settle and be where they are. So I'm not worried about that. I'm sure they'll look beautiful when they're done, but it does take some time to get there. So, I'm so tired, man. So I took my bra off. Those two lanyards that I had shown you the other day. I had a bunch of lanyards, but I put two of them around my neck, one for my left drain and one for my right drain. And I kept the pink loop on them. Like, you know, you have I can't lift it up. Well, I would, but it's in my underwear, so I'm not gonna do that. The pink loop that you've seen before, I kept the loop on there and attached that pink loop to the lanyard. I have a picture actually. I asked her to take a picture of me before going into the shower, so you can see like what my getup was like. So just refer to the thumbnail. So I had one lanyard for one of the drains and one lanyard for the other drain. And I did not hook up the tube on the inside of the pink thing like I usually do. That was Barb's idea, and that was a smart idea because it lets the tube hang lower, so you can actually like take the lanyard at like I think when she was doing my front here, you can take the lanyard and put it towards your back, and then I just have to like, you know, scoot my arm through, and you're able to put the lanyard and the drain behind you, and the tube behind you, so that you're almost like totally, you know, your whole front is just free to clean without having the drains in the way. It's a lot to process, man. It really is. You might want to do some deep breathing before you go in. I did not do that. I don't really think you know what to expect. In the beginning, it was just like a lot of logistics of how are we going to do this? How's this going to work? And once we got everything situated, you know, got the bar of soap and the washcloth and the shampoo was there, the music was going. I put my contacts in so I could see. I got in the shower, took the bra off. It had to be cleaned. Oh my God, it smells so bad. It smells so bad. I thought like my armpit smelled too, but it was really the bra that smelled so bad. I've been in that bra for a week, 24/7. The only time I take it off, is when, once a day to take pictures, because I send the pictures to my breast surgeon because she wants to see how they're healing. And the feedback has all been great, that they're healing very well. I've had a large amount of clots and like more solid things coming out. They look disgusting. And at one point yesterday, it clogged the drain. And I'm like, what do we do now? Because I couldn't like I didn't want to stick a toothpick to make the hole wider. I didn't know what to do. We ended up just milking the tube like 3 times to push stuff through. And eventually it was enough that there was enough, that the discharge could still get through. But that chunk is still sitting by the hole. I can't move it. I mean, as long as the stuff can flow through, then you're good. So, got in the shower. One thing I wish I had that I didn't was something to hold on to getting into the shower. You know, if you think a shower chair is geriatric, having a handle to hold on to is even more geriatric. but very practical. There were a few times where I had to shift around, many times I had to shift around, and there was nothing to hold on to. I didn't slip or fall or anything, but I think something like that, if you can get that, or send it to someone as a gift, would be really helpful. So I sat in the shower chair. I should have shut that because it's just so loud. I sat in the shower chair, facing away from the shower head. I put the shower on first to have the water going so I could feel the temperature and see how it was hitting the chair. And then when I thought it looked okay, I got in. My back was facing the shower head. And the first thing I did wasn't like cleaning anything. It was just sitting in the shower chair with the water on my back. And it was warm, like pretty warm water. Not hot, because I didn't want it to be like frighteningly hot. And I just needed to feel the sensation of the water on my back. Not even in a like, oh, that's so relaxing, you got hot water on your back. That's not what it was. It was feeling the hot water on my back because it was like something was touching my back. Something was touching my skin. And I've had a lot of big sensory experiences since surgery. And I just needed to sit there and just be okay with the water hitting my back. And I sat there to be able to do that. And then after I got a little bit more comfortable, I shifted a little. You know, got it on one side, got it on the other side, just to have the water on my back. And even by my shifting, there was some control there because I'm like, I'm the one controlling where the water flows, you know, like I'm the one who's making it go on my shoulder or whatever. And the way not everyone has this case, by the way, but the way my stuff is, I can get myself obviously wet. I can't submerge myself in a bath for 3 months, but I can, you know, get my stuff here wet. The tape that they use and stuff, whatever, everything is so sealed up, but I can get it wet. I know not everyone can do that. It depends on how they do your surgery. So don't take a shower unless you're approved to take one. So then after I got my back wet, I wouldn't even honestly know if it was trickling onto my front because I can't feel it. I can feel around, but I can't feel my breasts right now. I say right now because I'm praying and I will make it happen that I can feel them, but right now I can't. They're numb. And even like being naked in front of my friend, like I said, I didn't feel like I was naked because I'm like, these aren't my boobs. And the pressure that I feel it all the time. The pressure that I feel almost feels like I'm wearing a tight bathing suit. So when I'm naked in front of her from the front, to me, it physically feels like I have a nude bathing suit on that looks like this. Who on earth would buy a bathing suit that looks like this? But that's what it felt like. I didn't feel so vulnerable with her seeing my front. I mean, granted, she's taken some pictures to help me before, you know, like when the nurses come to the house, she's seen them from the front before, but it's different to be in a shower and have nothing at all. It's not like you're just opening your top. It's like you've got nothing. So next was my hair, and hair super thick. And I just leaned back a little bit and I felt the hot water in the middle of my hair. And it takes a bit of water soaking through my hair to actually get it wet because it's so thick. So I just sat there and let it run. That was very vulnerable for me. The water was like shooting through my hair to get to my skull. And it was like that penetrating. Felt like, all right, the water is really hitting me deep. And I just sat like that for a minute. I wasn't ready to shift to other parts of my head. And I was worried I was going to lean too far back and be like, whoopsie, and go fall. So I told her, please make sure if you notice that I'm, leaning too far back. And then I think I did also like adjust the chair with her help so that I was further towards the water. So as I got less afraid of the water, and I just sat up like that, and I felt the water down my hair. I don't even know how far forward or backward it was. And then just let it sit there. Just like, you ready? And I'm like, no, I'm not ready. And again, it wasn't in like it's the spa kind of experience. That's not what it was. I can't even describe really what it was like. It's like you're like cleaning yourself and ridding, you're ridding your body of all this shit that's been on it for a week. You know, all the markings from needles getting put inside of you, and all the markings from numbers to measure things, and all the adhesives from stuff that was stuck to you for surgery, and all the hands touching you while they're doing surgery on you, and all the bad karma that's like on your body from having these awful cancer cells in you. It's just like you're just sitting there while the water's coming down, and you just feel all of that bad just like washing out of you. And I just had to sit there and just let it wash out. Like, talk about getting clean. It was so cleansing. Not even so much a matter of being dirty. It was cleansing. So then I turned my head to the side a little bit to get my hair wet. And as soon as I did that and my hair went back, I could feel the water start going down here. And I'm like, oh God, here we go. But I can only feel it up to about here. And then it was like nothing. So it wasn't so bad in the front when I had my back facing, because I couldn't feel it. Did that on both sides. And then eventually she's like, you ready? And I'm like, yeah. So she shampooed my hair. You know, I told her to scrub on away, you know. Oh, it's 6 o'clock.
I'm reminding you. Take my antibiotics and eat.
Alexa, shut off. Yeah, so I have to remember to take my antibiotics and eat. And I'm sure I'll get a text in a second that says the same thing. All right. So I'm going to do that as soon as I finish off here. Let's take my antibiotics and eat. I just got another reminder. Alexa, remind me in 15 minutes to take my antibiotics and eat.
Okay, Jen. I'll remind you in 15 minutes.
I don't want to forget. And now my two other Alexas just went off too. They're talking to each other. And they're not even mine. My kids, their voices get recognized. They all think that like they think I'm both my kids, and I'm like, our voices sound nothing the same. Maybe they do. Anyway, so then yeah, she did my hair, and that felt nice. That was kind of therapeutic. And I don't remember at what point it was when I started to cry. I can't remember now. But she took, it was my back. I think it was my back. She took a washcloth, she lathered it up with the Cetaphil soap, and she started to wash my back. And I can't really see my back, but I had been told that there was like an M or something on my back. It was like a marker that when the anesthesiologist came in to do my nerve block, he told me, like, is it okay if I make some marks on your back? And I'm like, of course, you know. And they've been there all that time. And then my cuckoo clock's going off. It's 6 o'clock, everybody. So I know that M's been there, but like my hair's been covering it, so I haven't been able to notice it. And I could feel the washcloth, and she was rubbing it, not hard, just enough to get the M off. And then I'm sure there were other markings on there, and she was just rubbing them off. And it was a nice sensory, like the touch was okay, the pressure was all good. But then as she's going around my back to clean or to wash, I lost it. I leaned forward and I just started sobbing. Just sobbing. And other than what I said before, I can't really put it into words. It was just all of everything that I've been thinking and feeling and touching and experiencing since this whole thing started. You know, it wasn't even just when this whole thing started. It was almost like all of the bad that has happened to me, all the negative things that have happened to me, just all came flooding in. And by her cleaning it away and washing it away, it was like all these things that I've gone through in my life, everything I can think of, just all like smack damn came right at once. And I'm so blessed that she's here and she washed it all away. And I just sobbed. Not even like this. I mean, I was hard crying. I was shaking, and I said, one of the things she said to me was to have a safe word. To have a safe word. So if she's washing me in a way that's uncomfortable, to have a safe word to say, like apple or whatever, so that she would know when to stop. And I have had panic attacks before. They started when I went through my divorce. And I started having one when I got the phone call that I got cancer. And panic attacks, the way they show up for me, I literally just can't remember how to breathe. Like I get so flooded that I don't remember how to breathe. And I remember when they called and told me that the tumors were malignant, and I keeled over and I cried. And it was pretty quick with the panic attack coming on, because all of a sudden I was like, and I just like froze, and I couldn't remember how to breathe. And people that are close to me, I mean, very, very, very few people, I can look in the eye and then they'll say, Jen, breathe. And I'll remember, or they'll breathe with me, and I'll remember. And when that happened that day, I was proud of myself because I was able to just say it to myself and get out of it pretty quickly. It comes on fast, and for me, it goes away fast. But when that's happening, like you're literally not getting oxygen to your head, and you're not thinking logically at all. You can't think of how to breathe. You can't remember. Your head is just flooded. So when I started crying like that, and I said, you know, I have to let this out. I don't care how ugly of a cry it is. She couldn't see me anyway. She was on my back. I had to get it all out. So I cried hard, but then I realized I started crying to the point of like I was breathing too fast. And I said to her, if I have a panic attack, I'm like, this is what it looks like. Like I would just be like, and I just want to know how to breathe. And I said, I need you to look me in the eye and just tell me, Jen, breathe, and then just breathe with me, and that will make it stop. It sounds so primitive, but for me, that's what works. It's like my head's not functioning. There's no, it's just like your brain shuts off, and you can't think of how to do the most basic thing, which is to breathe, which your body knows how to do. But in a moment like that, it's just not there. So, I got a really, really, really good cry out. And didn't have a panic attack. And then once I was done, and I like simmered down, and I took some, cleansing breaths, like, which I have to do anyway for physical therapy, because now I'm noticing that I'm hunched over. I have to make a more conscious effort to sit up straight and do breaths, like, which used to hurt, though I just took Tylenol, so it doesn't hurt right now. I'm supposed to do that 10 times a day. Just like that. And once I did that, I got it out. And I'm like, all right, let's keep going. And I might have sobbed a little bit here or there. But once I got that big chunk out, that was it. Another reason why shower chairs are crucial, because if I were standing in a shower or even sitting on the bottom of a shower, no way. Too slippery, too much to pay attention to. No. So she used the washcloth and clean my arms and my legs and whatever. I noticed, I said, should I shave my legs? It's August. I'm like, should I shave my legs? It's weird how I haven't shaved them in like a week, and they're not really all that hairy. I'm not really seeing anybody, so just like leave it alone. There's a matter of sensation too, which is why they told me still not shave my armpits. Because if I use a manual razor, she's like, there's so much commotion that was going on with your armpits that you wouldn't be able to feel it. So you're way more likely to cut yourself, and Lord knows how you'll cut yourself or how many times you'll cut yourself. She's like, if you have an electric razor, those would be better to use. And my kids have them, but I'm like, I'm not gonna use the electric razor. Like, I'm not wearing any sleeveless shirts really right now, so it doesn't really matter. So she got my back, and then I had to turn around to do the front. That was a bit of finagling, because my shower's like a regular size shower, but like I had to stand up, which is why like a rod or something suctioned on to help me would have been helpful. But I held on to the walls and stepped forward, and she put the chair behind me. And at first I was, far enough away from the shower that it could just be on my legs, and like slowly get to a point where you're sitting forward enough that you're comfortable. The water is not supposed to be like on my, like shooting at my chest. It's not supposed to be that way. From the back, it's okay to have water trickling down. It is not okay to have water shooting out at you. So what she got was, like, I have a plastic pitcher, like a 2-liter, I think, pitcher, or 2 quarts. I always screw up those kind of measurements when it comes to liquid measurements. Like a regular pitcher you'd use for water or whatever, but plastic. And she used that to help rinse me off. So when it came to the front, the arms at that point are easy. The legs are easy. I honestly I feel like I blocked it out. I don't even remember how she washed the front. I don't remember she used a washcloth. I think she just used water. I don't think she used soap. She did use soap for my armpits because they've been stinking. And I realized that part of the reason why too is that when I put my arms down, they're touching the tape. So it's sticky. So like I feel like my armpits hurt a lot because every time I move my armpit up or my arm up, it's sticking to the tape. It's like a cellophane almost kind of material. The tape that's holding everything in place for my drains and stuff. So when I lift my arm up, it's like you're peeling off of that cellophane kind of tape, like cling wrap. It's like cling wrap sort of. So she cleaned that well, and that hurt a little, but I'm like, I wanted her to clean it because I don't feel good having smelly armpits. But then I think she just used water around here. And like this part I'm fine with. It feels still kind of weird, like my sides, I can't feel this. I mean, it hurts here, but it's like generally numb. I just feel it's like if you have a pillow in front of you, that's what it feels like. But like in between my boobs, I could feel that. So she was just gentle in how she was cleaning it. And like I said, I'm pretty sure she just used water. I don't think she put soap because you're not supposed to use soap. And then what was interesting was, like, you know, I leaned back a little, not back, but like sat upright. And then I wanted her to clean underneath my breast. And like my old boobs, you know, I'm almost 50. So I'd have to like just lift them a little bit and clean underneath. But now that they're not so saggy and I don't have to like lift, it's just going like whoop. And then that is me lifting them, which is kind of nice. I'm like, oh yeah, they're not really, you know, I don't have a lot of like boob sweat because they're not really that saggy like that. So there's just a little piece that she had to clean in there on both sides. And then my belly. And then my belly button, that was fun. You know, take the washcloth, like, I felt like it was 5. And then it was my turn. Because I had my bathing suit bottom on and I had to clean my private areas and my tish. And I was okay at that point. I'm like, all right, got this. I can do this. So, you know, kept the chair there, but obviously had to, you know, I closed the shower curtain. She stayed right there if I needed her. And I had just the bar soap. I didn't use the washcloth. And I slipped off my bathing suit bottom while I was sitting. God, don't do that standing up. Take the bathing suit bottom off while you're sitting so you don't fall. And then when I did that, I realized that the shower chair seat was getting kind of slippery from, I guess, all the soap or whatever. Not quite sure how to deal with that next time. I guess I could put a towel over it or something to make it not seem slippery. I didn't like fall or anything. I just didn't feel as as stable at that point. So yeah, I slipped them down and then I stood up to clean, you know, my butt and then my front side. And you know, you are reaching a bit to have to do that. So it's a bit of balancing, again, which is why it would have been handy to have something to hold on to, but I did okay. And for that kind of thing, I'm like, worst to worst, it comes to worst, I can just do that outside of the shower with like one of those flushable wipes or something. But from a sexuality standpoint, you know, cleaning your front part, you know, as a woman, I guess as a man too, I don't know. I felt like even though I've had so much changed here in a womanhood kind of way, my womanhood is still down south too. And like that part of my womanhood, I'm like, oh yeah, I shoved 2 babies out of here, not at the same time. You know, I you know, you have sex and that's where it goes. I felt like it was normal because I'm like, well, nothing changed down here. So that part of my sexuality is still there. And that was, oh, wow, it's 6:15 already.
Take my antibiotics and eat.
Alexa, shut off. All right, I'm pretty much done, so I'm just gonna finish up here. So yeah, so I did that, and then I rinsed the bathing suit bottom and just like wrung it a little bit and put it back on because I wasn't gonna leave the shower while she could see all my stuff, whatever. And opened up the shower curtain. She had a towel waiting for me, so I took one leg over the side and she dried it, and she said to swing my other leg over, but if I do that, I'm sitting the wrong direction on the shower chair, and it's too narrow of a space like that, and I didn't feel comfortable doing that. So I said I'll just step out like with my wet leg because I didn't want to slip. So I kept my left leg outside of the top of the tub, you know, held my other hand on the shower, and then stepped out towards my left. And then I was out, and then she helped dry. And I use leave-in conditioner for my hair, because as you can see, my normal hair is like super, super curly. I use leave-in conditioner. I think she did that actually while I was still sitting in the tub. But she combed, like I can't comb through my hair if I don't use leave-in conditioner. So she did that, and her combing through my hair felt nice too, because again, like the knots weren't there. The things that get in the way weren't there from the leave-in conditioner. And it felt nice to have a comb like brush through my, or comb through my hair. And so anyway, she dried up, whatever, and then I needed some time with just me. So she left. She stood still by the door in case I needed her. Took my bathing suit bottom off while I was sitting. And I just took the towel and myself, like, dried off any other parts that I thought might still be damp. So had that control to do that, dried my private areas down south, and then I was good to go. And then I was feeling empowered. And I'm like, all right. And part of why I was feeling empowered was, don't get too excited, because when I got changed and I was done, I got to wear this. It looks no different because it's black, but you know what it is? It's a new bra. Ha-ha! It has a Velcro closure on top. It's the exact same bra as the other one, but it's black. I mean, I can't, I guess I could. You can see down here. Here's the strings, whatever. Can you see that over there? I don't want to show too much here, because I've shown this before, but here's my things. Here's my drains, but it's black, and I'm so excited because it's so super soft. Oh my God, it's so soft. And it's new. And when I went to the plastic surgeon follow-up, I said to her, my old bra is so damn itchy. It's stinky. It's awful. And I asked her if I can get a new one. And she said, we have one left in your size. And she goes, and it's black. I'm like, oh, Christmas morning. So excited. Oh my gosh. I was so happy. It's so soft. And then I'm like, well, now, I could wear my little dress. I have this dress on, which, by the way, the dresses I got, not practical with the with the drains at all, because I can't reach to finagle stuff, even with the cute little pockets. The pockets help. It is short sleeve. I just have this on because I'm a little chilly. But it's black, and then I'm like, oh, what else do I have that's badass? So I put like water drops in my hair. I have my nice hair highlights, whatever, and I got totally in the zone. Totally in the zone. Put my Vegas lip gloss on. I have no makeup on. I just don't have the patience for makeup right now. But put this on. I asked Barb to put on my cross and my little faith pendant thing that I got. I put on my badass bracelet I got. This is an FMD bracelet I have. It says FMD in SOS in Morse code. And then I have my, oh, that hurt. I have my Inspire bracelet on that my son either made or bought for me. I have my kick-ass, middle finger ring. We know all that we know that story. If you don't, rewind probably about 20 different vlogs back. I got my kick-ass nail polish on, even though I'm missing the one for my pulse oximeter. Put my dress on. I was feeling good, man. I'm like, yeah. And then I'm like, wait a minute. You know what else I have? I have a pair of these black boots. Oh my God, they're awesome. They're platformy, so I know it's not practical to wear them. I'm not going to wear them. Maybe I'll put them on sitting down, but they probably take too much energy, or I don't know. I'm not ready to put them on. But they go up to my knee, and they're like, the laces are super long, and they just look like badass and hardcore, and I love them. And I felt good. And then I'm listening to the music again, and Def Leppard was playing, and then Guns N' Roses was playing, and I'm like, yes, like, this is me. This is Jen. I'm like, wear this kick-ass stuff, and like, like I got this, you know, like I was feeling so good, feeling so awesome. I left that bathroom feeling so empowered. Oh, my earrings even, like I have these earrings. I love these earrings. I'm going to share them with you. I have these earrings on, which I just absolutely love these earrings. I don't know how well you can see them. I love the pattern. I love that they're dangly. I love that they're like this blackish gray color. I love these earrings. And look, I have my little smiley face up there. Oh my gosh. Felt so empowered when the whole thing was done. But what a roller coaster of emotion. What a roller coaster of emotion. And kind of getting prepped because this weekend I don't have help here. So it's Jen with lots of plans in place put in by Barb. She set up a lot to get me ready, like my reminders. So I got to get off to eat and take my antibiotics. But she made plates for me for dinner. She's a saint, I swear, man. Such a good friend. So excited. I'm excited for her because she's her daughter's moving into school today or tomorrow. I think tomorrow. Just so excited for her, and just so happy to have her as a friend. This is why I'm so glad I do these vlogs, because I was so tired. I fell asleep watching Jersey Shore. I fell asleep watching Big Brother the past 2 episodes, and I'm like, who got voted out? I couldn't even remember. But I'm feeling good now. I'm feeling good now. And I have Tex here. I haven't even needed him. You know, here's Tex, but have not needed him. He's still here, though. So, yeah, that's my advice and experience on taking a shower after a double mastectomy. And I'm ready for the next one, but it won't be tomorrow because I'm damn exhausted for the shower. I'm going to have some food now, watch some TV. I'm probably going to fall asleep watching that too, but that's fine. And my son will be home in a little bit. And yeah, see what tomorrow brings. What a day. But feeling so much better after having that shower, man. Ugh. Nurse is coming tomorrow to check in on things. Tomorrow should be a pretty quiet day too. And tomorrow, this is kind of like a little teaser, I guess, because tomorrow it's just me and my son during the day, and then he goes to work, and it's just me on my own for like 5 hours or so. I was nervous about those 5 hours, but I just found out the nurse is coming in that time frame, which will work out. So my son will leave, the nurse will come in, I'll eat some dinner, and then, you know, go from there. So I got this. Go fight, win. I got this. And I'm so happy with my black bra. It's so soft and cool. All right. Please share, like I said, with other people. I really want other people to not be alone on this and to know what to expect, because you just don't know what to expect. There's so many moving pieces, you don't know what to expect. And the emotional part is so much harder and in depth than I ever thought it would be afterwards. The before part is all the planning. Now is when the emotions kick in. And they're all over the place. So if you know someone who has breast cancer, you know someone who's just had a mastectomy, this is what it's like, at least for me. So I hope this helps you if you're fighting this. And if you know someone who is, please share what I have to say, at least from my own experience. Because you never know what one little thing could help someone else out. And that's my biggest goal in getting this out to all of you. Have a great day, everyone. See you tomorrow.